Deeper Dreaming on Let Your Dream Be Dreams as we delve into the dark, enigmatic puzzle of sleep disorders. I'm your host, Orkin N., accompanied by our Chief Illustrator, Seamus H., videographer, Daniel H., and slide manager, Beth G. This program is brought to you by Miss Richards' 12th grade AP Psychology class today, October 23rd, 2015. Obviously, we all sleep, and for some, it's the best part of the day, but for others, it can be an elusive struggle. Some 10 to 15% of adults complain of insomnia, which is the persistent problems in falling asleep or staying asleep. Now, just to be clear, true insomnia is not the occasional inability to sleep that we experience when anxious or excited, but rather night after night of sleeplessness. Also, the most common quick fixes for insomnia, sleeping pills and alcohol, can aggravate the disorder even more by reducing REM sleep. Another sleep disorder that is rarer than insomnia but more troublesome is narcolepsy. People who suffer from narcolepsy experience periodic overwhelming sleepiness. This sudden slumber can occur at the most inopportune times, such as driving a car or walking home from school. However, there is hope for the 1 in 2,000 people who suffer from narcolepsy, for scientists have discovered that it is in fact a brain disease caused by low levels of hypocretin, an alerting neurotransmitter. This gives hope to the idea that one day narcolepsy will be effectively relieved by a drug that passes the blood-brain barrier and mimics hypocretin. Last but not least, a sleep disorder that affects 1 in 20 people is sleep apnea. Sleep apnea occurs typically in obese people, as when someone intermittently stops breathing during sleep and after a minute or so is awoken due to lack of oxygen and a snort of air. This process can take place over 400 times a night, with the person never being aware of it. This can cause someone to be sleepy and irritable the next day due to the lack of a slow, steady wave of sleep. I'm sure at one point or another, all of us have wondered what exactly a dream is. Or to put it simply, a dream is a hallucination of the sleeping mind. Dreams can be vivid, emotional, and bizarre. This now brings us to our next segment of sleep disorders, starting with night terrors. Night terrors target mostly children who may sit up and walk around, talk incoherently, experience a doubling of heart and breathing rates, and appear terrified. Children seldom wake up fully during an episode and recall little or nothing the next morning. Night terrors are not nightmares, for night terrors occur during stage 4 sleep, not early morning REM sleep. Speaking of nightmares, which plague 1 in 2 children and up to 8% of adults, these are the vividly realistic, disturbing dreams that rattle us awake from a deep sleep. Nightmares occur during rapid eye movement sleep and typically mirror a past traumatic event. Nightmares can be triggered by a late-night snack due to the increased metabolism of the brain, or by antidepressants and narcotics. All in all, each and every one of us will be subject to a sleep demon at least once in our lifetime, so we might as well learn how to try to naturally prevent these visits. With sleep being such a vital part of our well-being, it is important to understand how to make the most of it. Without the proper amount of sleep, we are developmentally stunted and spend our days in grouchy, lethargic moods. Sleep is how we recharge our bodies, and when we lose the ability to sleep, we are denying our body the power it needs to function properly. If one thing's for sure, I know I could use more sleep, and you probably could too. So I'm sure you must be wondering if there is a natural way to treat sleep disorders without taking expensive and oftentimes counterproductive sleeping pills. Well, lucky for you, there most certainly is. And to name a few, we'll begin with, one should relax before bedtime and use a dimmer light. One should avoid caffeine in the late afternoon, rich foods before bed, sleep on a regular schedule, same time every day. Aim the clock away from your face so you won't be tempted to look at it constantly throughout the night. And if all else fails, aim for less sleep, go to bed later, and get up earlier. These are all great organic ways to catch some more Z's each night. Unfortunately, one group of people that never feel as if they get enough sleep is students. Students have been troubled by the age-old question on whether it's more beneficial to stay up and study or to go to sleep and rest. Drum roll, please. The answer is sleep. Sleep is essential to remember information, and sleep also rebuilds our memories of past experiences and information. Sleep deprivation also makes our immune system weaker and more susceptible to disease, which would cause students to miss even more school. School itself can also play a major factor in the amount of sleep students get due to the fact that students stress and worry over school, leading them to develop insomnia. Essentially, without enough sleep, you will never achieve your true academic potential. Well, that concludes today's segment on sleep disorders. If you would like any more information from our sources, please feel free to visit webmd.com/sleep disorders, and David G. Meyer's 8th edition psychology book. From everyone here at NPR, thanks for watching, and sleep tight, America.